Hey everyone, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back to evercrisis. I'm going to be going over the updates that happened. There's been tons of things you might have missed, not thinking about, exchange shop, little details that you're not thinking ahead of time that even I'm like, oh man, if I just waited, I would have got more out of this. So I'm going to go through all these notices. I know the videos are a little behind, but life has just been hitting me like a tornado. I do stream this game every day over at Twitch pretty much for the past week. I'm not going to be streaming every day all the time, but for the most part, when I start my streams off, I'm on this for like hours, 2, 3, then I jump into Wuthering Waves, or I just play a playthrough game. So if you ever want to drop by a live stream, twitch.tv/SmellyOctopus, come ask any questions, you need help with something, I'm there, my audience is there, the tenant crew, or you can go on my Discord and get a lot of help from there as well if I'm never like on time with these videos. But I do want to go over all these notices, even though I'm late and you guys probably don't need this. I do enjoy making these videos. It's what I love doing right now, right? Is just hang around with you guys, giving some information, trying to help you as much as I can, while also just being part of the game and having fun with it. So, a couple things I want to jump into is like, a lot of people were forgetting this. Exchange shop, you go to your metal exchange for co-op, and this was all updated. I already bought all mine. But if you haven't, there's mithril ore here, there is weapon parts, your weekly reset, so don't forget, right? You also had Lucia weapon part not too long ago, Tifa as well, so make sure you guys are getting that. And also under the crisis dungeon, medals, we got our last Buster Sword for OB9 if you're a day one player and got everything. If you aren't, and actually I don't think I upgraded mine, so I'll be doing that with you guys right now. But Buster Sword just came out not too long ago. It begins every time of the month, so the first day of the month that piece will be released. Even if you're not a day one player, eventually you will be OB10 this weapon. And you can see I got mine to 110 just to get more HP and boost attack, but I won't go 120 with this weapon, right? For me, that's just not really worth it. So Buster Sword is out and released, and talking about those crisis dungeons, I haven't done it yet, and that's why there's no guide on it at the moment. I will be doing on my live stream though, so you guys can see how I do it live. But this was updated and we got this new hill place, plus I believe the harder version as well, which I can't click on right now. There's a whole month for this. Last dungeons were like over a month and it was just way too long of nothing happening in this shop. So I wish they did more with this. I really wish they did more with this. Like we didn't have to wait a whole bunch of time just for nothing. But there is a new materia out of this. You are going to get yourself the healing essence of silence if you guys complete this one. I believe that was the only one in this, healing essence of silence. And then the other one just had all the really good rewards. So just do this because it's full of rewards, especially mithril ore now. Very fantastic to have. So that update, Criterion, I think is how you pronounce this, has been updated in a hot minute, which they did again, more of this free stuff. Same thing with story quests. There's an achievement in the High Wind itself that says you have to complete all of these, and they haven't updated this either. So there's a lot of content for them to release. I'm hoping that this will all be eventually taken care of. But those are two things you guys got to keep in consideration, is that exchange shop is there with those crisis dungeons and your weekly co-op stuff, so don't forget that. And speaking about co-op, finally they've updated. My god, the community, myself, everybody has been asking, make co-op worth it. They didn't make it worth it, but they did add more difficulties for first time clears. And technically, yes, now you can co-op. It is worth it, because if you're having a hard time farming this stuff, we can now sit here and farm the purple genome megapods and all that, where like if you go into solo and you try to go farm any of this, so enhancements, we're gonna go weapon quest, and this is not the premium one, this is a normal one, so we're gonna go for genomes, right? They are here. You can't farm the newest ones. These ones are here. But at least if you're not able to do this, you're able to do it with your friends now. And I know a lot of people, especially if you're new to the game, it's very hard to catch up with everyone just because of like that one roadblock. It took me forever when I made my second account to get to that point I needed to finally upgrade these. So if you have a community, which is like my Discord, my live streams, right? If you have someone who can carry you in these, this is really good. Now, I'm not sure if It's blocked, meaning like you can't do it until a certain level, which it doesn't say here. It just says you have to have this much power, but if you do a private match, you're not able to match up with randoms, but if you do a private match, it doesn't matter how weak you are, you can get someone to carry you in this. So hopefully you guys can join my Discord or other people's Discord and find someone if you're new and you want to catch up with all these weapon parts. As long as you have the stamina, you can farm that out. So really good to see that co-op is now just more. There's also first time clears, right? So I need those blue crystals, got to save up for Vincent. But that was all updated, and then they added Ramu here and then Leviathan, and this Leviathan is all brand new even for myself. I believe we have the whole week to do this, May 30th to June 13th. Actually, we have quite a bit of time. So there's an EX here, right? The EX clear is pretty hard. I'm gonna go over it a little bit. Again, I have this over my live stream. I'll probably upload it how I complete it. But of course, I have my Red 13, one of my favorite characters in this game. And the way I did it was I brought in a Red 13 that can lower thunder resist and also lower magic attack. None of it's OB6, right? It takes me 2 casts to max out both of these. So it's not the fastest Red 13. I did bring in Stardust to get rid of a full buff. You can also bring in Sled Fang over here, which lowers magic attack. And it's very fast casting. Fast casting summons and limit breaks are really good for this. But the idea is that I came in here, I lowered lightning, I lowered magic attack, and I put on breach whenever I could, so my Zack or Cloud DPS can do all the damage, while I made sure my HP was the lowest on the team, because the Leviathan will target your lowest HP target. And you can see I'm pumped up with magic defense. You can also pump up water resist and magic defense to survive the hits. But that's pretty much what I did. I brought in everything I could without any HP to make sure I was the lowest. Even my materia didn't have HP. And that's running like the carry in the sense of lowering the attack, making sure that the breach is on there. Then another way, of course, is just bringing in like your pure DPS. Something like I have here, Cloud. A little bit of spoilers on my polls over here. That video will come out soon. But yeah, Leviathan, really cool. But the main thing I want to say was that the EX comes with 500 of the new crystals for Leviathan. And as someone who again has been here day one, has almost everything, my Leviathan's been slacking because it costs way too much stamina. To get to level 8 Leviathan now is going to cost me 1010 of these noble memories. And that's not even like finishing the pages. I farmed a little bit of this, and then every day there wasn't something going on, all my stamina went towards Leviathan. It just costs way too much to level them up, and I don't really need a max right now, so I'm not spending all my stamina on it. But it's nice to have that 500 noble there, and you can also farm that co-op with your friends to get more nobles instead of doing solo. If you can't do solo, it's much easier to find people to play with, or just see those randoms, right? Bringing a healer or something to really do this very hard too, because it does drop nobles while farming the weapons too, which is nice. So that is pretty much everything for the co-op stuff, right? They added new updates and all that. So for events, is there anything in solo? There's one thing I want to talk about solo actually. Some of this is like the thing I was talking about at the beginning of the video, where like things you're not aware of, you're not really planning ahead of time. Under notices in the June campaign, couple things to take note here. Number one is June 2nd, we're going to be getting the premium quest, and this starts at 10 p.m. Eastern my time, so at nighttime, not when the daily resets at 4 for me, which would be 1 p.m. PDT. At 4 p.m. Eastern, the dailies reset, everything resets, but this doesn't come into effect until 6 hours after the dailies are reset. So don't do your 3 premium quests right away if you want that extra 30% on the first day, right? So that's you go into solo, you go to enhancements, and you click this one down here that says 0 premium quest. Don't do this until after that gets updated, or you're just wasting that first day. It's not like a biggie, but every little bit helps, right? Then we got Materia Boost campaign. Another thing I want to keep note here is that when guilds come out, the guild system, from what I read or talked about in the English live stream, is that there is going to be enhancement of materia, so it's going to be easier to do your materia. So you might want to hold off before you decide to do a whole bunch of materia, because it's 20% increase of how much success rate you get for enhancing, and the quest synthesis will drop it, right? You don't have to go in there and start making a bunch of materia. Wait for the guild system, in my opinion. And then everything else, again, we're going to see what the guild adds, what it really does all together. So kind of hold off as much as you can. Chocobo Expedition is going to be increased. So if you do want to get some extra stuff there for the event currently going on, that's definitely not going to be there. June 23rd, I believe that event is gone June 23rd, right? 29 days from it. Oh, no, look at that. June 23rd, it mixes. So yeah, you can do the whole Chocobo, spend your boosters to get that extra item out of there. So jumping into the event stuff with that whole campaign, we did get Cactar, really hard fight. Be careful, right? This thing can murder you. And if you end up getting it, 1,000 blue crystals, congratulations. But I do want to be on a serious note here. Everybody who did this co-op carry, like all of you guys here who sat there and you carried people that couldn't do this without you. And I know a couple people in my Discord, they ended up missing their solo because they were spending so much time carrying everyone else. At the bare minimum, and I said this on live stream yesterday, just say thank you. Man, it takes so much time out of people's lives to just sit there and help people, especially when people don't understand the fight and they take the time to talk to them and give them the tips and tell them the setup. That's a lot of dedication for something they didn't need to do. So the fact that the community again has come in together to get this done, thank you guys. Huge shout out to everyone in my Discord and other people's Discords, every kind of like community out there. Thank you guys for always pulling this off. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. And I'm sorry if you guys end up missing the solo crash because of it. I hope that doesn't happen next time. So huge shout out to everyone who got solo and co-op, and enjoy your 1,000 blue crystals. Really awesome to see. There's a part of this video I just want to sit here and be like, what is happening? Stamina tonics. I'm running out. Every day I'm running out on these. If it wasn't for the live stream rewards we just got recently, I'm running out of this. Before I jump into this topic, there is a free polls. Don't forget, every day. This resets daily. There was the step up one that also was here with it. So for the last 4 days, there was an extra free banner. It's now gone. But this daily one, don't forget, a lot of good stuff coming out of this. So jumping back into stamina talk, like Leviathan, I'm not done it because I can't spend time farming Leviathan because now all these events coming out, including Vincent farming I gotta do later on once I pull for him, and other events happening. There's just not enough stamina. They've kind of ruined it by making like the amount of stuff you need to farm. Even at ×9, like constantly doing it, I'm not even done this shop. I have all these memories I need to get. Now, me personally, I'm a day one player. All my characters' growth streams are completed, but it's still nice to have these because as you go into the new growth stream, you're gonna need noble memory plus these memories. So it's always good to have there just in case. If I miss out on this, whatever. But the fact that I've already almost farmed every single character to level 80 except for 3 of them, and I'm not even close to done the shop, is very concerning, especially because I do have viewers who they got every character to level 80 through this quest and they don't have the shop completed yet, not even close. So that is a very scary thought. Also, I recommend don't spend your silver ones on these. Use your stamina for these realistically and use the gold that's down here. So on page number 2, this is infinite. You can buy as much as you want, and I definitely heard on Gil. Until the Gil event comes back, I would recommend getting Gil, especially if you're like me, leveling up all the weapons for high win levels. Very, very recommended. If not, then save your stamina because we have a stamina problem and get those crystals. But don't forget, you have the daily gold bomb every day for 777,777 experience. Use that wisely and make sure you did all your co-op clears on the free ones here, right? It's crazy how much stamina everything's costing. So not only am I not done farming this, Leviathan's not done. I'm down to 93 tonics. I also have this to do, right? So this co-op doesn't have, or this quest doesn't have a daily yet. There's going to be a second shop for this, so on and so on. It's a collaboration. They might even have a third shop for this, right? Who knows? But if you are farming this, again, this is another thing to farm. Don't do the Shinra blades. They drop every single time, and with how many times would they repeat this quest over and over and over again? Even the 3 I bought was just to make sure I have a drop bonus. If you guys go into these co-ops, do not go empty-handed. People will leave the co-op. Bring in this at OB6, right? Or bare minimum, bring 1 copy just so you have some percentage so you get better drops during the co-op. But again, I've been doing this as much as I can, and there's so much. One thing I do want to mention is that this box in the second page here, it has a chance of dropping 1,750, 500, 300 blue crystals, which is really cool. And you only get to buy 3 of these. As this updates, they might add more. So farming this is important. I'm going to talk about that in the solo in a second. But hold out on these, right? Don't purchase these right away. And everything else will come gradually. Only buy what you need. Most likely there's going to be a new item that's not going to be for the third or second shop over here. So you don't have to be too careful with these things, but don't like buy anything that's in the blue. Except for the genomes and nano cubes. All this stuff, these squares, don't ever buy these. Even if you're new, not worth it. Not worth it. Grindstones, yes. Materia booster, yes. The first 100 stock of this guild, yes, right? But all this in between sucks. It sucks big time. Buy the weapon enhancements. You need it for the high wind anyways, even if you're not using the weapons. I got all my weapons to 80 and it really boosted my power level. But this, when another shop comes out, right now this only costs 1, so it doesn't seem like we need it. But you should get as much as you can because the next shop might need a lot more. And one thing is purge data 20 times. My tip is going to the first one, not the event battles. Go into the hardest one, number 6, and here you can actually farm the items you're collecting, but you get to kill this gauge really quick. So you bring in someone who's a magic user. In my case, it would be Sephiroth, and you go in there and the gauge that you kill. So all you gotta do is deplete the enemy's bar above his head with the magic attack. And I was just bringing in Sephiroth by himself, depleting the bar above the HP of this boss. And I was getting that daily, or not daily, I was getting this event mission done. So I purged it 10 times by doing that. So if you're wondering what purge data is, it's that extra bar that stuns the enemy on this. And you don't have to do this during your co-ops or your quest. You can do this for free in here for 0 stamina while also getting materials. So as long as you break that, you're going to get this item. So to show an example, jumping into the fight, we're going to skip this. Sephiroth's by himself, so nobody accidentally kills it without it. But I'm going to do a Thundara here, and that bar above there is going to get depleted. And then we kill him, and we get the thing done. So he, of course, got stunned for data purging the bar. I'm going to fast forward this. We're going to kill him. And then you're going to see this item that drops is used for the co-op shop. You can actually farm it here for free. Depending how fast you do this, you can get this done really fast if you bring a team of 3 of all magic users. Or magic materia, at least. But you're going to see for purging his bar and completing the quest, you get 2. Or, I guess just 1. There was another one dropping over and over again. Maybe they fixed it. But, yeah, right over here, I don't know if it's not unlimited, but if you've got free time or something that plays for you, you can essentially farm this as much as you want without spending any stamina. So if you're down to your 0 stamina pots and this is about to go away and you need it and you can't do co-ops or single, then that's a little way of getting those 1 by 1 every like 15 seconds depending on loading time. So if you do that every day and you really need these over here, right, there it is for free, and you also get that towards the mission. So you don't have to spend stamina to do this one. You can do it over and over again. So something a little bit to help you guys there. Besides that, the M2, I ended up doing clears for this. I brought in my really powerful Thundercloud. You can bring in like not super powerful characters as long as you have someone protecting you from his attack, and then like bring your defense up while having one character with good thunder on there. You get this done. If not, myself, during live streams, I was carrying everyone on day 1. I think I did over easily 15 to 20 runs with 2 new people every single time. So I carried 30 to 40 people on day 1. They're the only ones that asked. Everyone else was helping with carries as well on my live stream. So it was nice to get everyone done M2. Some of them got done M1, and then we did a bunch of co-ops. So again, live streams are there if you guys ever want to hang out. There's always a link in the description. So overall, the last thing is that season pass wallpaper, dude. Oh my God. This thing is gorgeous. I love this so much. And I was like, man, maybe it's worth it. Maybe I should totally go there and get my battle pass this one time, right? Because this Sephiroth, young and older one together looks so good. And then I remembered I have Tifa. I got Tifa wallpaper. I think I'm good. I'm going to continue to be free to play. So So that is everything that I could remember. Good luck on everything. My high wind's level 50 right now. There was a comment saying get it to 36 for the rare item drop thing. I got to 36. There was no difference. I was still getting the same amount of crystals. There was a golden bomb that appeared in the high wind that gave me like way more, but that was before 36. Just to let you know, if you see a golden bomb, you're about to get payday in the high wind. But overall, everything else, that weekly stamp card that you're getting for the Monster Hunter crossover, this is like Opera Omnia's chocobo boards they used to have. This is fairly easy to do. There's another blue crystals in there, and then you get the last wallpaper, which looks so good. So again, yeah, that Sephiroth looked tempting, but look at this. If you are a Monster Hunter fan, this is going to be one of your wallpapers, along with your husbando and waifus. So lots of good stuff, a lot of good updates. Looking forward to Vincent's story update every month. Guilds, a lot of stuff. This video is long, but I didn't get to post them separately. I just squeezed everything together so I can get it out there for you guys, because I don't have much time to record, and I'm trying my best with everything, so I do apologize with me not balancing life as much as I should be balancing at the moment. But my baby girls come first, and whenever they need me, I'm there for them, and then I make YouTube videos. So for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Keep on smiling. I'll smell you later.